Court does call the case of Arbor Manor versus Patrick Brooks.
Thank you, Honor. Paul Hughes, P 31986, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good afternoon. Your name? Patrick Brooks. All right. And where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this is a case that the defendant has alleged repairs needed to be made. There was a leaking pipe that was repaired. The remaining repairs are completing the drywall where the broken pipe was repaired. Unfortunately, the defendant will not allow us access during working hours. We're trying to arrange to have the drywall done over a weekend, and we hope to have it done this weekend.
All of that correct, sir?
No, they actually fixed the pipe that they actually worked on. They fixed that when I wasn't there. So I never said that I didn't want my apartment worked on when I was not there. I haven't been living there for almost 4 months now because you weren't able to, anytime you flushed.
Allow them entry into the premises?
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Hughes, on the record, he's allowing entry into the premises. So if you arrange it over a weekend, you can arrange it over a weekend, but he's allowing entry.
Perfect. Thank you, Honor. The balance of the rent is $2,957 plus court cost of $165. Do we want to adjourn this for a control date for the completion?
Yes. Why don't? Yes. So my next date is which? 13th next week. Will everything get done before next week?
I believe so. Yes, Your Honor. Now I'm looking at the 13th. Yes, they'll be done.
Okay. Then I'll adjourn it to June 13th, 2025 at 12 p.m. noon. Okay.
Thank you.
We should
Honor.
have all the repairs done and we'll have to figure out what's owed on us.
And
all right.
And
you did not file a written answer. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Hugh.
Yeah, and I was going to make a note that you noticed it as well. There's no written answer that you had required.
Is there a reason you didn't file a written answer?
No. I heard you say something about that last week when we did.
I know you were supposed to file a written answer by June 5th. So you missed that deadline.
Oh, okay. I was on.
So that may waive certain things that you have on the case, but we'll adjourn it out 1 week to get the repairs done at least. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you. Kevin Asentowski versus Thomas Warren.
Thank you, Your Honor. Andrew Poter, P85101, appearing on behalf of attorney Lori Bruce for Kevin Ostentowski.
All right. And you are? Kevin Ostentowski. All right.
Mr. Warren did not check in.
Mr. Warren did not check in?
Correct.
All right. Would you like to take it to fault, counsel?
So with this case, the tenant's already moved out. I don't know if we need to necessarily enforce an eviction on his record, if we could have this defaulted against all occupants so that we can just get his possessions out. And so he won't have an eviction.
Determination case.
Yeah.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, help again?
I do.
A notice to quit for possession of premises was served upon the Thomas Warren on April 8th, 2025.
Correct.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem here. I don't know that your client has properly invoked the jurisdiction of the court. Now that I look at it, they only gave an 8-day notice to recover possession of property, and it's got to be at least 30.
That would do it. I guess we'll see you back here then.
Well, I don't know that you can, because I don't think that can be corrected.
Right.
The only thing that I can do, because that goes to court subject matter jurisdiction, the only thing that I can do is dismiss the case. You'll have to send another 30-day notice to the residents at least, because if he's moved out, he's moved out.
All right.
All right. So case is dismissed. Lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case of Westridge Mobile Home Park versus Cindy Alvarado Lopez.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brent Taylor for plaintiff.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Cindy Alvarado.
And where are we on this case?
Right now, I've got the rent at $1,523.98. There's cost of $183, so the total balance is $1,706.98.
1706.98. All right. Did you pay your $600?
No.
You're supposed to pay that yesterday.
I know,
Why didn't you pay it?
because
Pardon?
I came to, find somebody to give me that money. I receive paycheck next week, so
Okay, so you don't have the money?
no.
Okay. So how are you gonna clear up this balance?
Um, I told you I receive paycheck next week on Friday because I lose my job, so it's my last payment check.
Okay. And are you working?
Not right now.
Okay, so you don't have a way that you're gonna get this money?
For next week, yes.
Okay. There's $1,700 plus owed. How much is your check gonna be? Is that gonna cover that?
No.
So if you get your check, how much are you gonna have?
Maybe 100, 1,200, something like that.
About 1,200?
Mhm.
And what day do you get your check?
Friday, next Friday.
And then if you have 1,200 at that point, then how would you pay the other 500?
I'm gonna figure out next week.
Huh?
I'm gonna figure out next week.
You'll figure it out?
Yes, gonna
Okay, well, that
work
doesn't
cleaning
help.
houses.
Okay.
Yes,
You'll be trying to work on something else.
yes.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. If you've got a check coming next week on the 13th, and if I were to issue a judgment today, you would have until the 16th to get all of this done. But I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to find no tribal issue after hearing on this case. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff for 1706.98. But I'm going to extend the date that you would have to pay it. I'm going to give you one additional week. So I'm going to make the writ the 23rd, that Monday.
Okay,
Okay, so you
Yes.
got to get all of that paid by the
Fine,
23rd.
comma, Milo.
Okay.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
thank you.
Thank you. And if you stop up at the counter, they'll give you a copy of this judgment.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. Court does call the case of West Ridge Mobile Home Park versus Philip Traver.
Fronting of the plaintiff.
Your name, sir?
Philip Traver.
All right, and how much is owing on this?
I have 1526.93 of rent, 184.25 of cost, for a total of 1711.18 as of today.
All right. And sir, how were you intending on getting this paid? You said.
Does that include the 546 that was paid yesterday? I was short on what I told you I'd pay for this week,
Okay.
but I still paid 546 yesterday.
Okay, so you paid 546 yesterday.
Yes.
All right, so if I take you at your word that you did that,
It was a cashier's check handed to Jeff in the office.
well, it's okay. Just stay with me. All right. 50. So how would you make up the balance on that? It's gonna be around 1,200 or 1165, somewhere around there. How are you intending on getting?
Right now, I'm just in a time frame situation.
You're in a what?
I'm in a time, working with my boss. We've now got it set up to where I'm gonna be back to 42 hours a week, plus possibly more. And I do other things. My plan coming into today was figuring on taking the rest of what's owed from May, the June rent, but there's, in the next few days, there's gonna be another 75 plus 181 or something. And then take $626 for July. And no matter what it takes between now and July 1st, I will have everything, including July's rent paid.
All right.
And if I could possibly get my online payment capabilities back, I could start putting money in there daily or weekly, but they take that away when you're behind.
Okay.
And so it can be showing progress every day, every week.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. Try to work something out with the landlord regarding payments and how you're going to do
They
that.
usually won't. They every time something comes up, they just say fair housing and you walk down the road. That's why we end up here.
well, I don't know if that's why you end up here, but here's what I'm gonna do. There isn't a tribal issue for me, so finding no tribal issue after hearing, I'm gonna grant a judgment for that full amount of $1,711.18, noting that you paid the $546 that you've indicated, and if they have that, they have to credit it toward this amount. I will extend the time that you have to pay to the 23rd, like the last individual. So you'll have to figure out a way to get that paid or work something out.
Does that include, because, well, I've gone through a gauntlet of possible ways to help. I've talked with a Hawk and I got denied for SER and, got calls in with, Friends Indeed, Ypsilanti Housing, but Hawk told me that if I apply for the SER, I get 14 extra days. And I sent that tracking number into the email.
Well, I can adjourn it out to next week, but if I adjourn it out to next week, I mean, if you want to come back next week, that's fine with me, but if you don't have it paid, you're gonna get the same date. You're gonna get the 23rd.
I mean, I'll do whatever I have to do, but I just, at this point in time, my plan is just because trying to get help myself because I am a single person, you know, I don't have any. It's,
No, I
see a phone numbers and I call the phone numbers and every time, well, this group helps, these people help. And every time I call, it's 5 more phone numbers and I make a few more. And all it ends up doing is keeps me away from being able to go out and work and try to pull the money myself. That's why.
what would you like me to do? I can adjourn this out or I can give you the time that you would get now. What would you like to do?
I'm not even 100%, whatever gives me the longest amount of time, because I'll be out there
Well,
working to bring
in a
them.
lot of ways, it's gonna be 6 of one, half dozen of another, but I mean, I'll adjourn it out to next week if that's what you want me to do. If you think that's gonna help you in some way.
I think we can go, you said, well, how many days, 23rd?
Yeah, 23rd.
Okay, just go with that and
Okay.
hopefully I'll have, yeah, well, at some point, I don't care what it takes out of me, by July 1st, I will have everything paid through that, including.
Right, and just so that you know, so I put it on the 23rd. If you can get it down low enough, and they may not agree to do anything, but you'd probably be able, if you're saying you're gonna get it paid by then, you'd likely have a little bit of time to get that done before anybody shows up to try to kick you out. Okay, that's what I'm kind of plotting out here for you, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Court calls the case Ridgewood Apartments versus Amy Wise.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mark Schlesinger appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
Hello. Hello, what's your
Where are you
name?
going, David? Do you want to ask if you could hand it? Oh, hand it to. There
What are
you
you trying to give me, little one? Oh, bless your heart. Who are all these people? Is anybody on here me?
Yeah, the one with the heart over its head. He's nervous. He drew that for you last night. He was very excited.
Counsel, a young man has handed me a picture that he colored, so I'm trying to understand what I'm looking at so that you can see it.
Would you like to?
And I'm trying to figure out if something on there's me, like the one with
The love heart over top of its head.
the heart. Oh, that's me.
Mhm.
Oh,
Standing next to a tree.
yes.
I did not bring the court gifts.
That's. I told him I wasn't sure if it was allowed, but.
Well,
Judge,
How old
I'm
is he?
gonna object. I don't think he's licensed. Judge, so I'm gonna object.
thank you, young man.
Thank you, Kip.
All right. So where are we on this case?
So, Judge, we were here last. Ms. Wisner had indicated she's going to apply for assistance. I don't know if she has or not, and where we're at with that.
All right.
Yes.
So what happened?
They had some clerical issues that they had to clear up to allow me to reset the SER because the application was automatically defaulting to reject my application.
Gotcha.
And it was because they appeared to, because I don't have a biological father involved. They were conceived by sperm donor. Sorry, everybody, it's too much information. But anyway, they had to remove that because it looked like I was rejecting child support. But there is no other.
There is no.
Legally, there's no one else
There's no one
involved. And
else.
so they had to get that cleared up, which took the last week. So I was finally able to reapply today.
Gotcha. Okay, and so we don't know the answer.
Don't know the answer yet. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what I will do is I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week, council, because to give time for that to happen and to give the 14 days. So I'll adjourn this to June 13th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Okay?
Next week, 1
Next
p.m.
week, 1
Same time,
p.m.
same place.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. You two take care of each other. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Have a great weekend.
You do the same, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Scio Farms versus Caitlin Bell.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Casey Mattson, P 7729 on behalf of plaintiff.
Right? Good afternoon. Your name?
I'm Caitlin Bell.
All right. And how much is owing on her?
Your Honor, we have a balance, total balance due including court costs of $2,879.38.
Okay, somebody coughed while you were talking. So what, give me that again, the total amount?
The total balance including court costs is $2,879.38.
And ma'am, how are you intending on getting this paid?
Patty and I are actually in the talks of selling the home. We have a walkthrough scheduled for Wednesday at 2 p.m.
You're looking to sell the home? And-
Correct.
All right. So what do you guys want me to do on this case, given that? You want me to adjourn it out or?
Your Honor, in light of the fact that the balance is still due and owing, if we could get a judgment today to avoid coming back on this matter next week.
Oh, that was hurtful. No, go ahead. Yeah, because you're not going to get this paid down. You're just going to sell the home and kind of move on your way.
What I was thinking was from the sale, if we do come to that agreement, they would take what is owed and plus extra for possibly July and August, just to avoid this happening again.
Got it. Okay. Well, here's what I'll do then. There really isn't a tribal issue. So finding no tribal issue after hearing, I'll grant them a judgment for possession for that total amount of $2,879.88. Okay. I will, however, you still have things in the unit.
Yes, we are still currently living there. I can't really move. My brother's disabled, so it's not really feasible for us to move at this time.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If the home gets sold, how are you going to get yourself? I mean, what's the overall plan, I guess?
Well, I would like to stay. It's a gorgeous home. I don't have any issues with the park.
Right.
If we're allowed to stay, that would be fantastic because we need to be near his specialists. He's got a very long list of issues.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
we would still be requesting that judgment with the writ to issue in 10 days because there is no tribal issue.
No, I understand that. I understand what your position is on it. I'm just trying to give enough time. If you had to get out, ma'am, when would you be able to do that?
It wouldn't be until August. If my hours at work have been cut severely, I lost 50 hours at work just in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm working 2 jobs and one of them is an as needed basis.
Have you tried to get any assistance to?
I am going to be calling Hawk back this afternoon. We have been in contact with them.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grant that judgment, but did you do an SER?
I honestly don't know what
State
that
emergency
is.
relief
I-
application. Likely didn't because you were headed along a different path. All right. Here's what I'm going to do so that there's ample time to do everything. Call Hawk back, explain your entire situation to them. I will, however, not have the writ issue until June 23rd,
Thank you, Your Honor.
2025. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Court calls the case of Sile Farms versus LC Lou. Elise. What did I say? LC? I don't know why I said that.
Casey Matson on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name,
Elise Lou.
which is exactly what it says. All right. Okay, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, there was a payment dropped off today for $918 via certified or via cashier's check. So the remaining balance is $2,142.64.
All right. How are we going to get that paid?
Well, fortunately, so I'm back at work because I was being treated for cancer and it's in remission. So I'm working again. My next check will be in 2 weeks from today. I had a check today. My next check will be 2 weeks from today and I can pay the full amount. 2
In
weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes, Your Honor.
So on the 20th, you can get everything paid?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then let's do it this way so everybody doesn't have to come back. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue after a hearing. Since she made that one payment, and that's for $21,42.64, the writ won't issue until the 23rd, next Monday after you get paid. Glad you're back to work. Glad you're doing well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You take care.
Thanks, you as well.
Your Honor,
Let's call the case. I'm sorry.
that was the 23rd, correct?
Yes. It
Okay.
was.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sile Farms versus Gregory Pennington.
Casey Matson on behalf of the plaintiff.
Mr. Pennington?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so what's the current balance?
Your Honor, I have the total balance right now is $2,589.30.
Okay, so that was $1,290. That would have been 2,000. Did you got that payment in that last time we were here?
Yes, Your Honor, the $800, and then I think it was a little over 1,000 I got paid for the day. I don't remember exact. I didn't add it up what was left over. But yes, I paid the first
you
one.
did say that you were going to pay the 1,000 today,
Yeah,
and then that was going to leave us basically June rent, but it looks like we're a little bit short, given the numbers.
well, I didn't pay the 1,000 yet. I'm still at work, so after I get off work today, that's when I'm going to get the money order and then drop it off.
Right, I remember you saying that, sir.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just, hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out, it was at 1801.73 last time we were here on May 30th. His monthly rent was about 1,300.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how this number gets to that point, because it should be a little bit lower.
Because they added on June. They added on June, probably. That's why it's
No, Mr.
more.
Pennington, hold on a second. I'm asking the plaintiff.
Your Honor, there was, so the rent is $1,294. That was added for June. The water is $105.81. The sewer is $112.76.
There we go. Okay, that accounts for it. It's just a water and sewer charge. Got it. Okay. Why my numbers don't look like they're adding up. Okay, so you say you're going to pay 1,000 a day, and then that would leave you about 1,500 or 1,600. And how are you intending on getting that paid?
Within 2 weeks, because I get paid weekly now, and within 2 weeks, 2 Fridays, not this Friday, but next Friday, I should have all of it paid up.
Okay, so you should have it all paid up by the 20th, you think?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll issue a judgment finding no tribal issue after a hearing. Judgment for possession for the 2589.30. That writ won't issue until the 23rd.
Thank
Then
you.
that will give you, you'll be able to pay it that Friday. I realize you get off of work late, so you need to get it in there by that Monday.
I was gonna say, if not, I do it on Saturday. First thing Saturday morning, if I get home late from work. Fridays, I usually Saturday morning. If I don't have time, I'll get it Saturday morning first thing.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sile Farms versus
remember me?
Jarek Turgeon.
Casey Matson on behalf of the plaintiff.
Turgeon is not checked in. If you raise your right hand to be sworn. Did you get any communication from the VA on him? No?
My office did not, Your Honor. My client is also shaking her head.
Your Honor, we did not get anything.
It's a little strange because I think he was in the process of doing something. But anyway, if you'd like, want to take a default, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, we're requesting entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $2,970.14. Court costs of $190.00 for a total of $3,160.14. Writ to issue in 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Sile Farms versus Derek Wanshan, excuse
Casey
me,
Matson.
and Elizabeth Wanshan. Hello, what's your name?
Elizabeth Watson.
Wanson. What do I do with the H?
It's unusual, I know.
Is it silent?
It's silent, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, how much is owing on this?
Since June. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I have a total balance, including court costs of $2,905.46. She did make a payment of $800 on last week.
Last week. Okay. What's your plan for trying to get this clear?
As of this morning, Hawk did send me an email. They're still waiting on the ledger from the attorney's office and to go from there on what they can do to help with that.
Do you know if a ledger's been sent over to Hawk?
I do not, Your Honor. I can check and see if we've received an email from them.
Okay.
I don't have
Don't have it. All right. Given that information, I am going to adjourn this out a week to June 13th, 2025, 1 p.m. And if you could, who's your worker at Hawk? Do you know?
Autumn.
Autumn. So if we can make sure a ledger gets over there so they can see what they're going to do. In the interim, in the next week, can you get anything paid on it, or do you? Is it in between paychecks?
Next Friday, we can put down a minimum of 800, if not more.
On the 13th?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just indicate 800 by the 13th also on it. Okay? All right. Great. We'll see you then.